So
no, but just
we can get some good
individually,
looks.
was there a guy that?
You know what? To be honest, there's a few. I think there's some things that jump out at you, not just the spring game per se, but some guys that took some strides, some young defensive linemen, some guys that hopefully we can count on. You know, in what role and how many plays and different things like that. You don't know, but that the one thing about that day is you do go out in front of a crowd. You don't have, you know, it's divided up. It's a winner loser idea, but you know, you got to perform in front of, you know, on a stage and in front of people. And I think we saw some guys that played with some emotion and did that.
You know, we haven't got to talk to you, but Urban, Coach Meyer said that Curtis Grant is now the starting middle linebacker at Ohio State. Well,
Gosh.
I didn't mean to give you a. No, I'm just.
We didn't have that many. That's,
Yeah.
You're putting to some inside information before the rest of us on the staff.
Oh, is that right?
Well, no, Curtis has done a fine job. He really, you know, really excited about Curtis. You know, Curtis has always had that passion and energy to play the game of football, and you see guys when they go through some struggles mentally, physically, with just everything that's thrown on their plate, when they lose that passion and energy, especially for a guy like Curtis, where that's one of his biggest strengths. You saw him struggle in the last couple of years. You saw that come back. You saw him love to play the game. You saw his passion and energy for all the things that, you know, that he needs to work on when he's on the field and when he's playing like that with that passion and energy. Those things, you know, it shine above the things that he really needs to work on. And really happy to see Curtis, you know, go through the entire spring, not just the spring game, but the entire spring of what he's done.
Look, what's his upside?
What stuff do you have to worry about between now and the opener? What things concern you about the defense?
Well, I think you're always concerned about the leadership and the mentality and the way those guys are handling everything, you know. Not that there's big name guys and there's guys that didn't practice as much. There's guys, you know, those are the things you worry about. Are they going to work hard? No. No. Are they going to be ready? Are they going to be in shape? Are they going to, you know, not going to be injured? No, you don't worry about those things. You worry about how they gel together, how the leadership guys step up, you know, how they make the others around them better. Those are the things you worry about.
When you look at the linebackers, obviously Ryan didn't play a lot this spring. How do you feel about the progression of the other guys other than Curtis at that spot?
I mean, I think we're still growing. I mean, we're behind where we have been in the past, but that's obvious just based on our numbers and the guys we got and the youth that we have. But I could not complain one bit about how they came out every single day. The things that we've graded on a daily basis, their fundamentals, their passion, their energy for the game, their work ethic. So just young, just behind in those senses, but there's some guys that really kind of are maturing and stepping up. Probably Curtis, Ryan, and then Josh Perry. Hey, Coach, we're trying to have a little interviews up here. Keep your mouth shut. That's really hard for you, I know. Well, we're waiting for you. Some guys are on time, some guys aren't. It's evaluation friendly. Sorry, we were interrupted. Josh has got incredible upside. Josh is just growing. I mean, he's a kid that didn't play a ton of linebacker. You know, when we recruited him, you said, what is Josh going to be? And you say, who knows? You know, he's a kid you want on your team. He's a great kid. He's got all the intangible things, and he's just grown into his body. So, you know, we put him in some situations where we had to see him play football. Put him in some uncomfortable situations and see if he can react and respond. And I'm happy to say that, you know, Josh has taken a lot of strides from last year, and looking forward to some big things here for the future.
Luke, this may sound a little silly, but Ryan talked about how the injury in the second half of last season slowed him down, and that actually helped him play better. Here's the silly part. If he gets back to full speed, does he still need to throttle back athletically, or how does that?
Well, we try to say things in our room. It's kind of an oxymoron to football sometimes. We say be slow until it's time to be fast. And what that really means is have patience. And I think that's where you see when young guys go out there. You guys have an innate ability to just go hard and go fast and go to the ball. Some guys have that. Then some guys never quite slow the game down. In order to slow the game down, that's when you really start to understand what's happening around you. You have awareness of what's going on. And I think that's what it allowed Ryan to do. You know, he couldn't practice as much. He had to take some reps off. So he had to be in the back where he was just taking those mental reps. And that's really one of those things that he really needed, because it allowed him to slow the game down so he could play with some patience. Because as you see, Ryan, the guy that's very quick, very fast, does a lot of things in that sense, and that can hurt you every bit as much as it can help you. So there's two opposite ends of the spectrum. You got a guy that runs 5 flat that doesn't get out of position a whole lot because he's not overrunning and he's not too fast. And then you got a guy that runs really fast that Some of his biggest problems are he goes too quick and he jumps at things, and all in all, the ability to slow the game down is key.
See a difference in maybe the knowledge that he has defensively, especially as he has to watch all 15 workouts this spring?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan he's a kid that understands the game of football. And that's what he's doing a better job of. He's learning. He wants to learn the game of football, not just go out and make plays. And I think that's where you start to see a guy in his maturing process that, and early on it's just, I want to get on the field. Then it's, I just want to make some plays, because that's what coaches say. Hey, we got to see you make plays. And then once they get to that point where they've made plays, then they realize, okay, now I need to understand what it is that I'm doing. I understand the game around me in order to be great at what I do.